Alright, it's the next day. Good sign. Looks like that diesel can leaks. Well, this cat litter can leaks, so there's diesel on the floorboard now, which is awesome. Oh, great, and it's all over the fucking place. So that's cool. We'll just ignore that. Good thing there was barely any in there. Anywho, did some looking around, and I think I was not letting the glow plugs do their thing. Came in here and I checked the relay, and that all looks fine. The fuse is fine, so they're working. But it turns out that the glow plugs, the relay's supposed to take like 10 seconds, and mine's going out in like 3. So I'm not even letting the glow plugs get half hot before I run it. So we're going to try again, and we're going to listen for that relay this time. Alright, battery's back in. We're gonna give this another go. Alright. Here's the light. Does the relay click? I'm not hearing the relay. That's a bad sign. I don't think the glow plugs are working. Oh, there it was. Let's do that again. It's like 15 seconds. Chop chop. Time's a wasting. There it is. Do that one more time, and we're gonna send it. I already sprayed ether. Well, at least I know I wasn't burning the glow plugs, because they never got a full cycle in. Or I burned them totally crispy and they won't work at all. But I'm hopeful. I'm just gonna get in place. There it was. Alright, let's see if this do. Nope. Stand by. I'll do that again and then hit her with some more ether. We're getting closer every time. Get one cylinder that's definitely firing every time. Or it's just knocking really bad. Can't quite tell. Oh, there was 2 there. Have 2 cylinders. We're making progress. Good lord, this thing makes so many horrid noises with the beep boops and the clicks and the whines and the whirs. Just giving her a spritz of ether every time. This keeps really getting out of the way. Give her one more go on the relay. I think I'll get her today. I really want to get this intake out of the way, but I got a wire here. Click. Will she do it? Can I get at least 3? I think it'll run on 3. Yep. It's getting angrier. I might be giving her too much ether, or I might be flooding her with the accelerator, I don't really know. I have no idea where these linkages are supposed to be. Guessing there. I'm just going to give her the relay 3 more times, give it a tiny squirt of ether, and try 1 more time. Stand by. Here we go. The accelerator helps to an extent, and then it just makes it worse. We'll do 1 more relay cycle. And then I think I'll try and do the fuel filter. I was thinking about pulling one of the glow plugs today, but they're real crowdy, and they're buried in there, so I'm gonna avoid that if all possible. She's trying. I think I'm about killed my battery already. Nothing there. Alright. Well, heck. Alright. I brought a different belt this time instead of an appropriate oil wrench, so we'll try that. We got fucking Cheechening, my man. Sounds like a fucking freight train, but she's a-going. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it was, I think I didn't have my foot on the brake. That was the only thing I did differently. I just put my foot on the brake, and I think she needs some fuel. She's running on less cylinders than she should be. Well, tack doesn't work. Yeah, she's missing some cylinders there. I don't think she's building oil pressure. We'll shut her down. Uh-oh, she's a dieselin'. Just don't do that. Hey, that works. Yeah. I don't know if the oil pressure gauge works or if she was just not making oil pressure. There we go. All I needed to do was put my foot on the fucking brake. I really hope that wasn't it, but that's all I did. Who knows? But let's see if we can get her to do that 1 more time, just for the camera. Oh boy. She did not want to make more RPM when I put my foot on the pedal either. So that's interesting. We'll just wait for that because I don't want to burn up any glow plugs. This is definitely not in a hurry car. You gotta wait on that relay. Foot on brake. Relay click. Fires right up. Like a dream. Not really building much RPM. Oh, there's the RPM. We're on all cylinders now, boys. Burn the ketchup. Yeah, buddy. Yep. She's a diesel, all right. She's knocking real bad. Not sure why she's knocking. I know the exhaust is basically gone. That's probably it. Or something's horribly wrong in there. Who knows? For all I know, one of the valves is stuck. And we just destroyed it. I know she is moving oil, though, because I took this cap off earlier. And as you can see, there's oil on top of things now. So oil's moving. Don't know what the pressure is, but it's moving in there. Because there was no oil on that before. Man, that's satisfying. And I just rendered a 30-minute video where I was in total defeat. Great. Anyway. I'm just satisfied. So I guess now that it runs, I'm going to put air in the tires and see if it moves. We shall see. Alright, so it's a couple days later. I'm just out here cleaning up that diesel mess. Had another rainstorm. You can see by the water on top of the diesel buckets. Had a little bit more water get in, maybe a cup, half a cup. But what's most interesting to note is looks like diesel dissolves whatever this floor pan coating is, because it's just sort of turned it to tar. So that's great, and I can't get underneath this thing because it's bolted down, and there's no bolt left. So we're just gonna clean up most of the diesel so it doesn't like spread, and then just forget about it and hope it evaporates. Pleasant. But anyway, the main reason I'm here today is because I'm slacking off from work. I was just in the area, so I came by to do some quick stuff before I forgot. We're going to put some brake fluid in the master cylinder. Gonna put one thing antifreeze and 2 things of tap water in there because I don't give enough of a shit to really put a lot of coolant or distilled water in here. Also because I'm sure a little bit of high quality city water is not going to hurt this, and it snows like once every 3 years here, so running like a 30% mix of antifreeze is not going to crack this block unless a new ice age happens, and I've got bigger problems then. So we're just gonna fill this guy up. It's a self-bleeding system, just like over in Theseus, so really it's that simple. You just fill it up, run it, and then add about another gallon to half gallon as it needs it, and hopefully this doesn't have a massive cooling leak. I don't think it does. And here on the brakes, as you can see, there is nothing but this weird paste in there. So we're just going to ignore that for now, and we'll clean that later, maybe, probably not. But I just want some fluid in there so that the brakes work to some degree. And yeah, it needs all to be flushed and everything, but that's a future me problem. So I'm gonna finish cleaning, dump a bit of brake fluid in there, maybe pump the brakes a little bit just to see if it changes the fluid level at all, and just pour in all the coolant. I also got a battery box. Really just the lid. I don't think that's a Group 27 box, so I don't know if it'll hold a 34, but I just want something to put over the top of this so I can set the battery down and close the hood without, these shorting out and setting the car on fire. Alright, drink up, little master cylinder. Should be good for the minute. Go pump the brakes a couple of times and see if anything happens. Ooh, yeah, we got chunks. It seems to be breaking up, so that's great. It'll just go everywhere in the brake system. That's what we want, right? Alright, camera, what are you up to? There you go. Alright. Get the consent in the can out of the way. Do a couple of these. And we'll go see whether or not there's a massive hole in a brake line and it's just squirting it everywhere. Well, it doesn't seem to really be sucking it down, so we'll just give it a little bit more just to show it who's boss. That's probably too much, and we'll leave it there. If it wants it, it'll get it. Alright, I just got the cheapest antifreeze they had at O'Reilly's. I don't know if this is the right kind. It's not the green goo I like, but it's gonna be the kind it gets as I spill it literally everywhere. Just dawned on me, I should probably do water first in case there's a massive coolant leak, so I don't waste my $14 thing of antifreeze. I thought was doing the coolant first would get it a lot more mixed, but yeah, don't want to waste any more money on this thing than I have to. There, didn't spill a drop. Do I see anything spraying out the bottom of the radiator? Doesn't look like it. There's water in there. Guess we'll have more. Add another jug. And do the antifreeze last, because it's September, so next time we run it, it'll get circulated. Yeah, it's up to the fill line, I think. No, I think it's going down. We'll just fill that all the way up. Then explode it. Also, if we run out of coolant, I noticed that there's this big barrel of green goo right here, so that's probably 20 gallons of coolant. We can use that. Or it's algae. Probably algae. It's probably fertilizer. Alright, so I've overfilled that, and this line does go somewhere. Nothing came out, though. Oh, yep, no. There's water coming out, so the overflow does work. That's what I was doing. That's what I was checking, not overfilling it. And if I squeeze this, it's in there. And the only leaks I see is the water dribbling off the side of the frame there from where I overfilled the tank. Or that might be the corner of the radiator. I can't really tell right down in there. Probably just me spilling it. I'm not worried. So we're just going to put that on and then seal it so that it overpressurizes and blows coolant everywhere. And then we'll stress test the system, and then we'll know if we need to replace anything. And that's my logic, not just that I'm a dumbass. Alright, so the brakes have fluid in them, but they don't seem to be doing anything, which I think is a good sign. That means the brake lines are probably intact. Just full on coolant. I think that's all I'm going to do today. Got the battery lid in there. Yeah. Cleaned up all the diesel and all the pieces of the floor that came with it. I think that's it. I think I'll have to come back here on the weekend and put air in the tires, clean some stuff up. I've got an air filter coming. Oh yeah, before I forget and look like a dumbass, I mean I already did, this is how you get the oil filter off, or the fuel filter off. It's this 24 millimeter, right there, not doing this, so I broke my belt for no reason. That's great. So yeah, I'll come out and do the fuel filters because I'm pretty sure she's not getting enough fuel, and that's also probably because the strainer is totally clogged. But can't do the strainer right now because she's buried. So that's a later date thing, but I will definitely be able to change the fuel filters. And I guess I should probably look at the oil level too, just to make sure, she's not suddenly empty. No, she's right where she needs to be. I'm pretty certain between those two notches is good. At least I hope it is. Yeah, tranny's full of fluid. I think she'll move just fine. Oh, she just comes right off. Well, shit. Made that way harder than it needed to be. Also, I'm gonna tighten up this return line before I forget about it. You smell that? It smells like send it. Uh-oh. Somebody stole old Mossy. Pulled her right out of her grave. We got grave robbers. Ain't nothing left of her. Fuck. Not really, I'm kidding. She's over there. I drove her out of her grave. Didn't get a chance to film it, though. I got an excuse for that, though, so you're going to have to listen to it. It's cleaned out a shelf, and I found my grandfather's Oldsmobile keys. And I mentioned to my dad that I thought it was parked over there in the woods behind old Mossy. That piqued his interest. So we hopped in the car. Took that opportunity to fill up the air compressors and chuck them in the back along with the battery, so I could put some air in the tires and show them that she did in fact fire up. And when we got here, turns out it's not the Oldsmobile. My grandfather gave that to his caretaker whenever, I'm assuming, when her car blew up. That's just how he was. He was a nice guy. Plus, he was like 80-something and blind as a bat, so he didn't need it. That's actually a what I believe to be a 1971 Lincoln Continental Town Car, and her name's Beulah. Stay tuned. You might see her here shortly. That might be the next revival. So anyway, I'm out here, filled up all the tires. They all held air. Used every last bit of PSI I had just to get between 10 and 20 and everything, plus the spare. And popped the hood, was putting the battery in her, was about to show Dad that she did fire up, and Mamu came out from his brother's house, stopped to see what the hell I was doing. When I told him I got the Mercedes running, he didn't believe me. I had to show him at that point. It's a point of pride then. Slapped the battery in her, gave her a little bit of consent in the can, waited about 3 glow plug cycles, and with not too much trouble, she fired right up. Cut her down, was talking to him, telling him everything I'd done, showed him that I had air in the tires, and he said, "Well, you gonna drive her out?" I was like, "Well, not today. I wasn't planning on it. I got other things I gotta do." And he said, "You should drive her out." And I was like, I want to change on some filters first. I gotta have a place to put her. I don't know if the brakes work. I have no idea what the transmission's like. And as I was whinging and moaning, he went and grabbed a hoe and started digging out one of the tires and said, "You should drive her out." So I drove her out. There was some hooting and hollering, cussing and fuming, a lot of shoveling, a bunch of rocking back and forth, some rust breaking off of the brakes. May have been 1 or 2 dirt burnouts. May have almost run over my dad. Because the accelerator pedal stuck, so she went into runaway reverse, but luckily she didn't move, and eventually drove her right on out. She drove no problem, shifts just fine, beautifully, has absolutely no brakes, probably because all the calipers are C-shut and there's no brake fluid in the lines, but drove her right on out. Cruised her right on out of her hole, pulled her right over here, put her in reverse, backed her right in. That was probably a dumb idea because the muffler is hanging off the bottom of the car, so could have mangled something backing up, but it's fine. So sorry about that. Didn't mean to blue ball you, but drove her out of the grave. Next plan is to take the battery back out here, fire her up, and drive her the mile down the road to my house, so I can park her under a tree, pretend to be a shade tree mechanic, and then change on all the filters, do the oil, and wait until we get a garage built so I can actually jack her up and do something with her. Oh, there's an M151A1 back there. Yeah, I've looked at her before. I don't think she's worth saving. Let's go give Beulah a peek. That Jeep back there hadn't had spark plugs in it in about 5 years. That and whoever was working on it, Witty, took the cover off the top of the transmission, and I think the transmission's full of water. So we'll see. Well, this right here is Beulah. She is a Lincoln Continental Town Car, and she is a beaut. She is fucking mint, Even came with a non-standard sunroof here. You can just stick your hand right on through the roof. Oh yeah. I'm gonna poke around real quick, look for Vin, see what year she is. So real quick, I'll save this for a later date, but the story with Beulah is I think this is what my middle cousin had before she started driving old Mossy. She got this as a graduation gift and absolutely hated it because it's a boat. I think my uncle bought her the Mercedes and she drove that till the AC quit, and then she bought something else. But she had Beulah before that, and stay tuned. She might be next. Let's see what she is. Oh damn, she's a 77. I was hoping she was a 71. The 71s had the non-neutered 355 460 that sounded like it was an absolute beast, but I guess as some consolation, this is the longest vehicle that Lincoln ever produced. So one day I'm gonna come out here and pop the hood, see what the state is, see if the engine's seized, and if the engine's not seized, I'm gonna try and fire her up. Might even drive her out. She's an entirely southern car. My uncle bought her from Old Man in Adams Run, who bought her brand new, and she was in fantastic shape when we got her. Don't know why they parked it here. Something must have gone horribly wrong. I gotta ask Uncle. Yeah, she's in real nice shape. Yep, yes sir. Alright, here's the crime scene. Here's the grave site. I already picked up 2 muffler hangers. Put them in the back. Not too much going on under here. Just that's where the burnout happened. Yeah, shouldn't put up too much fight. Most painful part of that whole process was trying to keep an eye on both Dad and Mamu, because they kept running behind the car whenever I was putting in reverse, and the accelerator pedal kept sticking to the floor, so I was terrified I was going to kill one of them. And that's why I didn't film. To make a short dick long, I didn't film because I had 2 fat, mustachioed, overly tanned boomers running around the car, and I couldn't keep my eyes on both of them at the same time and film, and I did not want to run over any of them, because I like both Mamu and my dad. I think all she needs is air in this tire, because it's pretty shot. It held air for the duration of that, but yeah, that tread's about to come off. That's why they make spares. But the other 3 seem to have all held air. They seem to have held all the air I put in them. I only put about 15 psi. Put 20 in that one. We're going to take her for her first drive on the road, but first I got to fix that tire. Well, we broke the air compressor nozzle, so that's all the air we're getting. Today's the day. We're going to move it somewhere, anywhere. It's not here. 3rd glow plug cycle. Send it. Purrs like a kitten. Alright. We've got movement. Don't got much in the way of movement, but we got movement. So nobody's coming because I can't stop. See if it's got more gears. Oh, speedometer doesn't work. Doing about 20. Ooh, I felt a gear. We're in 2nd gear now. Dad's following me in Theseus. I got no idea what that noise is, but whatever it is, it's mad. That might be the blinker. Nope. Oh, I got a blinker light. Got the other one. Should probably pay attention to this. Car hasn't overheated yet. Dad hasn't flashed his lights at me. Something must be working. Let's give her the stink. I got no idea what that noise is. It's probably not good though. Man, it's hot in here. Up to 80 degrees. like there's any suspension left. May not be any tire left. Phone's overheating. Car's not. That's a loud noise. This may be how I die. Oh, the speedometer picked up. Showing 5 miles an hour now. Probably doing 20. Hasn't overheated yet. Alright, we got a slight bump. Let's take her to her home. No brakes. We made it. Park. Door open. Key off. Done nothing. Tire's still there. Other tire's still there. Got 4 tires. I don't see any fluids coming out. Well, we survived. Now it's time to fix this piece of shit. Till then, time out. I may start calling her the dragon. Because she's fucking dragging that muffler. Whew, there ain't nothing left. We're gonna have to go get me some coat hangers. Hang that up. Well, that's where it went. Can't forget that. Need my muffler. Ain't much left of her. There she is, tucked in with the camellias. I think I'm gonna stick this in the trunk. Last I heard, the guy who technically owns this said I can just fool with it as much as I want and even have it. Although I heard that third hand, so he may have said that sarcastically, but at the very least, I think my uncle's fine. So we'll just run with it. And if someone wants to stop me, they'll just do that legally because they have the authority. And that'll be the end of it. But until then, I'm going to say this is technically mine.